Alright, welcome to Gundam Explained. My name is Adam, and today we're going to talk about Double-Zeta Gundam, or ZZ Gundam. I think Double-Zeta sounds cooler, and I just say ZZ a lot. But basically, this is the series that takes place after Zeta. So we've got Mobile Suit Gundam with Amuro, we've got Zeta with Camille. Now, Double-Zeta has this Judao Ashita character. 14-year-old character. He actually shows up again in the Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam, I guess, Skull, Heart, and Victory Gundam. That's all late UC stuff. Still really good. I'd like to get to that here sometime. But, I mean, really the idea is, it's really up in the air, should you watch Double-Zeta Gundam? In my opinion, if you're watching this channel, you probably already have, or you're that interested in Gundam, which I say, yeah, watch it. So I would only watch it, though, if you've watched Mobile Suit Gundam, the full series, not just the 3 movies, and if you've watched Zeta Gundam, again, the full series, and not just the 3 movies of Zeta Gundam. The reason is, when you get into Double-Zeta, there's a lot of nuance and character development that's based on themes introduced and that's more dived into the series of Zeta Gundam. And a lot of that has to do with like the new types and cyber new types. Also MS development, getting an idea of the development of the certain mobile suits. One main thing though about Double-Zeta Gundam is that it does come off a little child friendly, which isn't a bad thing, or goofy at the beginning. There's a lot of certain character situations and the animation that's drawn in a goofy, unrealistic way. But you can kind of just, ignore that, enjoy the mobile suits, enjoy getting to know the characters. You're going to see, Fa Yuri, you're going to see Camille to an extent, really. It especially after the way Zeta Gundam ends, you get to see Camille in Double-Zeta. It's not what you think, but it's not as dark as a lot of people make it out to be, considering everything he went through. But the main thing about Double-Zeta, I think it still kind of sets the tone in terms of the background world building, the universe, what's going on with the Zeon remnants. You still have Haman Karn in this, and she's a main awesome antagonist. And again, you get to see some really cool mobile suits in action. So, but how to watch it? I suggest just getting the Blu-ray from Amazon. Normally $75, it's $45, and it seems to be that much everywhere. Even the second set, so the Blu-ray series comes into 2, and that's $46. Something else to keep in mind is there's no English dub. It's really all subtitles. And that's okay. That's fine. But I will bring up something I found the other day that is pretty awesome, especially if you want to ease yourself into Zeta Gundam, because I will say, to some extent, if you were to watch the compilation movies of, like, MSG, the original, and, Zeta, it kind of helps set up the expectations for them watching the full series, which are 40 to 50 episodes of each. And again, I guess I'll come from it as, if you're here, you're probably interested in that. So let me show you this that was shared on Reddit. So there's this Double-Zeta Gundam Lost Animax OVA. So a couple things here. I'm not too familiar with Animax. Animax TV networks. Okay, so a Sony network. So this has to do with, I guess, a network that's showing this. And it could be that Sony Movie Channel US or Animax. Sony US. Yeah, I guess this is Sony's attempt at having their own media platform other than PlayStation, but we don't need to get into that. So really the point here is you can go to archive.org and watch a cut of Double-Zeta Gundam. It's an hour and 30 minutes, and it actually has an English dub, though it could... I don't think it's like an official dub, but it is, in my opinion, good enough to kind of get through Double-Zeta Gundam. So here's the intro, and this music is fantastic, but I don't even know if that's the original music. I don't remember hearing anything like this in any Gundam. But I'm sure because they had an English dub, they probably threw some music on there to get people all into it. Was that a shot from Mobile Suit Gundam? Yeah. And there we go. So we'll kind of move in here a little bit, just to kind of hear.
So what? I appreciate it. I'll get the tug ready.
I mean, you kind of heard that for a second. Again, not bad. It's not bad in terms of what you expect from a dub, but you can tell, you know, for some of the voices, it's not like it was specifically like when we heard Bright. Oops, knocked over that light again. When we heard Bright a second ago, they didn't really sound too much like him, but I think that is fine for the purpose of this. And, you know, as I watched some of it, I could tell there were some details that they took out and they edited differently from the series in order to keep a consistent continuity, and I think they did a good job. I actually haven't finished this version, but I would say check this out and watch it. You know, another aspect I think with Double-Zeta that I think really helps, even with the further when it comes to unicorn or narrative, is the cyber new type sort of sub story to everything. And Double-Zeta, along with watching the Zeta series, kind of really explores that. So I guess at the end here, what I'm trying to say is, you know, Double-Zeta is definitely, I think, worth watching. Again, you can download. You can't stream it anywhere. You can, except, you know, actually, yeah, I need to put this link in the chat down there, or in the comments, I'm sorry. But really what I'm trying to say is I think it's worth just buying the Blu-ray. I don't think that's too expensive for all the shows you're getting. It's going to be really good quality. Whereas, while this is really cool that we're seeing here, this Animax OVA, the quality is just not there. You know, I can't really, I honestly, just scrubbing through the timeline here, I cannot wait to, you know, actually finish watching this. And I guess that it allows me to appreciate Double-Zeta more. I really do think there is that disconnect with the Zeta movie trilogy, Char's counterattack. You know, it kind of made Double-Zeta seem irrelevant. But I really believe Double-Zeta should not be ignored. And that brings up a good point. When I was first getting into Gundam and figuring out what shows to watch, what seasons to watch, anytime I came up to Double-Zeta Gundam, anyone in the forums or online would just talk bad about it and would really say you should just skip it. But now that I've actually experienced Double-Zeta Gundam, I think it's worth watching. It really helps connect, and it's more UC world building. So yeah, definitely worth it. And I was gonna bring up another point. You know, I'm gonna do another video on it, but there's also Victory Gundam, or Mobile Suit Gundam Victory. I forget what the real terminology is. And that one's even further in the future, and that takes place in it was released in the 90s, so the animation's a little better. I think it is actually a great series as well. So, you know, it's very easy when you're out there trying to figure out what Gundam to watch to see, you know, people talk down to certain series and shows, and I think that really just goes to preference. Also, it goes on what you want out of Gundam. If you're wanting world building, specific details of when it comes to, you know, weapons, armament, or even within the political system of the military between the Zeon remnants or even the EFSF, Earth Federation Space Force, it is totally worth diving into all you see, for sure. You know, especially considering, you know, I was just bringing up Victory, and that Judau Ashta is actually in the future Gundam. So if you were to, you know, watch Victory, if you were to watch F91, that would give you more context for Crossbone, which Judao Ashta is in. And if you were to watch Victory, that would give you more context for a Victory side story that Judao Ashta is in. And in fact, let's look at, just since this is about Double Zeta, let's look at the, give me just a second, which I think it's going to show down here. Okay, Mecha Piloted. So I wonder if it's going to show the one that I'm referring to. What? No, but that looks amazing. I'm going to have to jump in. That would be a good video to kind of look at these different types of... I guess when it comes to the different mecha that's piloted, the different mobile suits might have variations to them. Okay, so give me just a second. I know there's this, here we go, Gump. This is something I just found recently. So this is the Double-Zeta Gundam itself, the mobile suit. But this takes place during that mobile suit Crossbone Gundam in the Victory Gundam side story I was talking about. But it's his Double-Zeta mobile suit, but over time, because he's 60. So he's 14 in Double-Zeta, 60 in these future stories, and he still has the same mobile suit, just modified through going through war. And that makes me so much more interested to learn about Judao Ashta, because that's a really cool, I guess, character progression. Hopefully they dive into more of the character in the manga. I'll have to check out these side stories here. But anyway, that's it for Double-Zeta Gundam. I think it's worth watching. I would watch the episodes if possible. I'll link down below to that Lost Animax OVA. But if anyone has any other suggestions about watching Double-Zeta or your thoughts on Double-Zeta, comment below. I'm really curious what people generally think about it. But yeah, and if anything else, just leave a comment, and we'll talk later.